Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on what time you are tuning in. My name is Rachael Goldsworthy, and I'm on a journey to improve my life by 2 millimeters each and every week, and I'm here to do that with you. How are you? How is everybody? Did you have a good Australia Day weekend? What have you been up to? I hope you aren't caught in the storm. Apparently there's only another 10 or so minutes left in it. We're just in the eye of the storm in the Hawkesbury at the moment, so it shouldn't be too far away. A lot of wind about. A lot of, a bit of rain, heavy droplets of rain, but nothing major, so don't stress about it. Australian flag out, it's probably reverse on what you're looking at, I'm not too sure, because there is a particular way that you're meant to use that, so I apologise if that is something that you're not seeing the right way, because I know that there is protocol with that. So what did you get up to on Australia Day weekend? I mean, everybody had a great weekend. I had lots of people doing different things. And what did we have? There was people up in Lake Cat-Eye. It's not Lake Cathy, it's Lake Cat-Eye. Big shout out to you, bunch. Another bunch at Mile Lake, so we're going camping there. Another bunch went up bush into the mountains, so that's a nice thing. And another bunch went out towards Mudgee, which I'll be heading towards Mudgee, a team effort that we're all heading out there in the next little while so that we can do our CPD points. So that's going to be fun. That's going to be in March. But I hope everybody had a wonderful Australia Day weekend and you enjoyed yourself and you looked after yourself. Did you get a chance to have a look at the planets? I took a bit of a wander out on Friday and Saturday night. I was trying to catch the comet. I just caught some beautiful views. I got sort of a low light pollution, and I could really see Venus in particular, but you can always generally see that on that western sky. That's a nice thing to see, but you'll see that Venus, Saturn and Mercury are all on that one side. So if you head towards the western side just after the sun sets, and probably about sort of 10, more like 20 to 30% up, a little bit higher, you're actually able to see that. So if you sort of focus on that, probably not tonight because there's a bit of cloud about, but hey, this wind, it's pretty full on, so that might actually blow the cloud away, but you might want to check the forecast before you spend the time to go out and try and do that. The other side of the sky, on the north side, also the north, it's still the west, is the Jupiter and Mars. So, and you can see with the naked eye those planets, so the alignment as they call them, but it's not really an alignment, it's more that they're all visible together in the sky. It was just wonderful, and the energy that brought with it was manifestation, so I'm really excited about the year ahead and what it's going to bring for each and every one of you. I brought out my Coldplay shirt that Gemma kindly got while she was at the Coldplay concert, and let me say, it's a great one. Like, look at it. Look at all the planets there. They're certainly all in alignment nicely on that shirt. So I thought I'd share that. That was their concert that they had. I love that shirt. I love all the shirts that we get when we go to those concerts, and it's a lot of fun. I think the next one's coming up is Noiseworks, Ice House, heading down to Berry for that one, so that'll be great. And there's a couple of local ones as well in the city, but certainly the country ones are a lot of fun too, so looking forward to that. How'd you go last week after the planning session? Hey Jax, how are you? Nice to have you on the line. What's going on? Yeah, well, I did a lot of planning as well, and for those of you, that's the A4 version, so sorry, A3 version, so it's a little bit smaller than what it was, but than that big one in the back there. But it's working quite well for different reasons, but I sort of did mine and popped it all together, and it came out really, really well. And I don't know, it just depends on the questions that you asked yourself. It was that family, spiritual, physical, wealth and health, career, financial, those sorts of things. And what do you want? Why do you want it? And when do you want it by? Because it's really good to have goals, but if you don't have the goals set out in such a way that you know what you can do and where you're at, I mean, it's, yeah, just a completely, it's hard actually when you're doing goal setting. I mean, I grew up with two Virgos, mum and dad are Virgos, and I love them to death because they are just so good at planning things. If you're a Virgo, you're really a bit of a perfectionist and really good at just not perfectionists because they actually, they're really easygoing as well. But they have a list each day, they get it done, they know what they're doing, and it's great to see. So, yeah, I love growing up with the Virgos in the family. So the planning, that was a pretty important task, especially for the year ahead, because sometimes the year can get away from you. I know with the 75 hard challenge that I've been doing, that's been really good to do, and it's can't thank Ryan and Katie enough for putting me on that path, because as much as I think I'd lost 20 kilos to that point before, but then just launching into this gave me a new refocus, a bit more clarity and purpose towards that goal. So I was really, really enjoying doing that. And also I've been keeping notes of it all. Each time that it happens, I sort of write it down as to what the day is. And I think so far I've lost 7.3 kilos, 35 centimetres and 13.7 inches. Now, I tell you that not to brag, but just to share that with you, that it's the little increments over the weeks that you work out that make the difference. Because most mornings you wake up and you don't always feel like working out, let's be honest. I mean, we want to work out, and we know it's good for us to work out, but we know that it's not always something that we can do. And, I think it's a positive thing to be able to work towards those goals, but sometimes it's just getting out of bed and doing that exercise, or, whatever it might be for you. You might have a list of things. You might want to take the dogs for a walk, or you might want to play with the kids in the morning. You might want to take them for a walk, in the pram, or you might want to do some artwork for yourself. You might want to do a meditation or a yoga class or a gym class, or I'm not too sure what that looks like for you, but I just know that just turning up each and every day, regardless of whether you want to do the exercise or not, or whether you want to drink the water or not, because the 75 hard, as you know, is the 2 exercise sessions a day. So you get the morning session and the night session, or you could do 2 sessions in a row. They have to be 45 minutes each. No alcohol, which is easy for me because I don't drink. I haven't drunk throughout my life. I might have the odd one or two, Baileys every now and then, but certainly it's not my thing. And no cheap meals. So if anybody offers me lamingtons in the office, which I love, and all of the snacks that the girls have in the office, the Allen snakes and things like that, I so want them, but I just, the choice not to have them, it's the little 1%ers, and it's making a difference for me by making that choice. And, drinking the water too, I must tell you, that's a struggle throughout the day. As much as I set the times, like the 4 litres, 1 litre by 10:30 a.m, the 2nd litre by the 12 o'clock, the 3rd litre by that 2:30 mark, and then the 4th litre by 5:30. The last week I've been really struggling to get that water in, but I'm still here 10:30 of the night time, 11:30 of the night time, chugging the water down to make sure I meet that goal, because it's really important. Because if you don't do the exercises, or you don't do the things that are on this 75 hard, you've got to start from day one again. So I just want to see it through to where we're up to, and I'll post up my thoughts and what I found was easy and what I found wasn't as easy. And then that will be interesting to see, because everybody's sort of, I don't know, it's, you learn a lot as you're doing these sorts of things, and also learn a lot from you people that are doing it with me, or doing the other, whatever your cheat meal diet is, you want to stay away from doing certain things, or doing more things, like whether it's exercise, or whether it's spending time with the kids or family, or more spiritual, or it might be meditation, it might be leaning into some yoga, or whatever that looks like for you. It doesn't really matter. I mean, your 75 hard could be anything, but I think it's just a matter of doing what's feeling right for you, and that's the main thing, isn't it? But following that diet, drinking the water, reading 10 pages a day, that's been really good too. I mean, you can't use the Audible, so you have to sort of manually get the books out, which I'm going to read from a passage from that today as well. There's one that I do read. It's generally only 1 page, but it's Simple Abundance, and I love this book. Mum gave it to me, Mum and Dad gave it to me when I was a kid in my teenage years, and it's just a nice reminder that each day you can read a little passage from something, and it can give you some sort of inspiration, whether you're going to work, whether you're having a day off or a long weekend like we've had this weekend. I feel really rested and ready to get back into it tomorrow. I don't know about you, but I was out in the backyard tonight with the water dragon, feeding him. He's got this beautiful red chest, and if a water dragon is more than 5 years old and they're producing young, they have that red chest, and that's the boy. And then he's just had some babies as well with another little, we call her Lizzie, and he's Dexter. He's the big boy, the Dexter. So we have Lizzie and Dexter, and they've had little babies. We haven't really, I still call the baby Lizzie because I don't know whether it's a boy or a girl because it hasn't got that red as yet. But, looking forward to seeing what there's going. The other thing that I do too is plan out the day. So I literally write down each day, that's the first day that I did it, and, the first workout, the second workout, what I did, I walked on that first day. And then I walked, I did the yin yoga in the night time on that one. Take a progress picture, read 10 non-fiction, drink the water, follow any diet that you like and that's working for you. No cheat meal or alcohol, so that's something that, you might not be able to, I found it quite, hey Donna, how are you? Nice to have you on the line. Hi Ash, how are you? Hey Jax, how are you? So it may be, something that everybody has, just different diets. So whatever works for you, you do that diet. It might be carnivore diet, it might be the Atkins diet, or did you see that lightning? It was just like bang, wasn't it? Waiting for the big thunder to come. And there it is. And then write out the next day. So I like doing that as well. It's really important because it keeps me on track. If I don't do that, I find I get off track and I don't sort of stay in line with that. So the other thing, the quote that I found, which is part of, I did a Live, Love, Grateful journal. It's inspired by quotes over the years, and that's the journals that I wrote. And we're just about to do another print of it because it's we like to give those out from time to time. But this is the quote here. I don't know whether you can see that. So, live as if you only have today. Dream as if you have forever. I really like that quote because it makes you know that, you're really taking each day as it comes and really getting as much into each day that you can. And doing this 75 hard, getting up early, doing all of that, and then just focusing on the tasks on a daily basis, it just simplifies your life really, really, really well. And anybody that wants a copy of that journal, let me know, and then I will put that out to you or get that in the mail. Simple Abundance. It's just a beautiful book. It's really old. Like you can see how old the book is. Hey Chris, how are you? Nice to have you on the line. Anybody who wants a recruitment company, you need to go and see Chris because, we need to, the book's upside down. Sorry about that. There you go. Yeah, Chris is in recruitment. So anybody that needs somebody, you're a bit short-staffed or you need somebody to work with you, make sure that, Chris, pop in the comments below if you put your website and what it is, and then people can engage with Chris and he'll be able to put you in the right direction, whether you're looking for a staff member or just needing some advice around how to put on a staff member. I'm sure Chris would be able to head you in the right direction. Chris bought a house off me many years ago, so it's nice to see you on the line, and I quite often see you on the socials, so that's great. Good to have you. All right, so I'm going to read from Simple Abundance for you. Thanks, Greg. I appreciate you letting me know about that. Much appreciated. So this is the 26th of January. Here we go. It says Simple Abundance, the basic tools. It says, take the gentle path. That's George Herbert that wrote that. There is no companion so companionable as solitude. Theodore reminds us, as I carry a hot cup of tea back to bed. So this is the author talking, Sarah Banbrethner. She wrote this and she always speaks in first person, so I love that. So she's taken a cup of tea back to her bed. She said, the house is hushed now after the hustle and bustle of a weekday morning. Don't we all know what that feels like too? First thing in the morning, you've got to rush around, get everything done. And especially with school going back soon, everyone's going to be making bits and pieces for the kids and sandwiches and make sure they've got everything for school sport or classes. The cats follow me up the stairs. My dogs follow me. And scurrying for nests in the rumpled bed covers. Everyone here knows that a reassuring ritual is about to take place. A civilized ceremonial for a common day. Although it's still too early to receive business calls, to avoid interruptions, I turn on my telephone answering machine. Now remember, this was in the 80s, so it's a long time ago. So that's the days of the answering machine. Now we have voicemails or pages or whatever you may have. The next hour is spent going within, working with my illustrated discovery journal, writing my daily dialogue, in prayer, playing with my treasure map collage, embarking on the golden mirror meditation. Louise Hay did that one, I think. Planning my day, probably others as well. And then just sitting in silence, listening attentively, waiting expectantly. Isn't that good? Because if you set yourself up first thing in the morning for whatever it is that you might be doing, it's kind of nice to be able to do that. And just, I like to plan the day before. So when I finish the day, all the things that I wasn't able to do that really are things that I want to tick off the next day, I pop that on a list. So it's on my desk ready to go. It's on my phone or whatever it is that you may be using. And then it's really simple to use. So there are basic tools that have helped me on this simple abundance path to authenticity. Hey Craig, how are you? Nice to have you on the line. Use them together as I do, or begin to use whichever one sounds intriguing. See if you can't give yourself a gift of 1 hour or a day to journey within. You need enough breathing space to allow your heart to ponder what is precious and what is something that's a priority. Or perhaps you can let your imagination soar to the twilight, where dreams first dwell. If you feel a solid hour is too much of luxury at the beginning, she suggests it isn't, but go gently. And she also says break up the time during the day, which I kind of do as well. Sometimes you don't always have. You might have 2 minutes before you get to work, or you might have 5 minutes, but take advantage of that. Even my drum lessons, I'm doing sort of 2 minutes at a time sometimes, just to get that muscle memory of the brain into what you're doing for the day. Most days after my inner excursion is over, it appears as if nothing has happened that has dramatically changed my life, she says. I've just spent an hour alone, and I'm not aware of any new insights, inspiration, or guidance. But sometimes I'm able to bring the larger picture into a sharper focus. And you will too. This much I know, if you go deep enough, often enough, something good is bound to come your way. Isn't that a nice thought? Very often glimmers of the inspiration I desire or the insights I will need will come later in the day when I'm driving the carpool or perhaps preparing supper. Isn't that the truth? Because I can be driving along and I've asked for thoughts and processes throughout what I'm doing in my day, and sometimes you just drive and you unconsciously get to the next destination, but you've had this beautiful thought process of whatever you put out to the universe on that day, or if you had some prayer in the morning, or if you thought about the kids and you want to pick them up in the afternoon, you want to do something special, take them down to the park, or you might be going out to dinner with your family or your friends, or playing a sport, or whatever it might be. So if you put that focus on, you're allowing yourself to be able to be in that space. So she's saying if you go to that space often enough, then something good is bound to happen. And very often the glimmers of inspiration I desire or the insights I need will come later in the day, as she said, when she's driving or preparing supper. And then she finishes off with, but whether or not revelations have been part of my morning, each day offers its own gift. And I think that's so true in life. I mean, if you look for, you can look for good just as much as you can look for not so good. So I say, here we go, we drop down. See what I mean? It's the universe just dropping in and saying, I'm dropping in, and acknowledging that a friend of mine visited their dad on the weekend. So maybe it was Jeff. He always comes in on the technology, or he always comes in on the radio. If I'm listening to the radio, it'll be a buzzing noise, and I'll say, "G'day, Jeff. How you going? Nice to see you. What are you doing?" Or nice to know you're here, because you can't actually see. Some people are able to see. I don't know what the difference between that is. There's a particular name for that. Some people can hear. Some people can feel or sense it's there. Some people can smell. So I've got a friend who they know when their grandmother's around because the scent of her perfume. It's really bizarre how these things would happen. Ash is saying literally dropping in. And he literally was, wasn't he? So good on you, Jeff. We acknowledge you and thank you for being on the live with us. The planets were aligned and he was able to zone in. But the universe is full of magical things, and that's a book that I bought myself. I don't know whether you can see that. We've got to acknowledge a couple of people that we've lost. A shout out to Nonna. Those people that lost Nonna, my heartfelt thoughts and prayers go out to them. That was really, really hard for people to face in that regard. And being around family and friends and knowing that people have got your back, I think that's a lovely thing to do. So just thinking of you all with the loss of Nonna recently, and yeah, we will see you again another time, Nonna. Also, we're going to a funeral on Friday. It's going to be a very sad day, but also hopefully a celebration of life. So yeah, it's just, circle of life is never an easy thing to understand, or when people come into your lives or when they leave your life. But I also think that it's important to feel what you feel at the time, because sometimes it's one of those things that you've just got to be in the present moment. Like the lady was saying, you know, you can see the orb sort of in the background going around. It's amazing. Yeah, there might be somebody here with us now. Thank you for joining us if you are. And also knowing that the universe is full of magical things. The 29th on Wednesday, the Lunar New Year. That's an exciting time, because it's another time for you, an opportunity to manifest, another opportunity to look at doing different things, another opportunity to decide whether it's a 75 hard or whether it's spending more time with family or friends, or whether it's resetting at work. You might have some goals that you want to do. You might have some other things that you may want to do, but I'm not too sure what that is for you. But I think that's something to ponder. Maybe in that 5 minutes that you're looking at doing, that's something that you can, I don't know, just what's the first thing in the morning when you wake up? I know I always say, just make sure that you're in that time zone. Make sure you're in the right time zone for that day, and make sure you're setting yourself up well for what you're doing. And then the other thing is just the simple abundance, as that book said, you know, each day, whatever that may be for you. And just focusing on those things and being who you are and being authentic to who you are. And turn up regardless of whether you feel like going to the gym, or regardless of whether you feel like going to work, or regardless of whether you feel like doing whatever it may be that you're doing. I think, you know, it's really important to be able to just honour yourself and honour those people that are around you, and also the people that, you know, may not be here, but you can acknowledge those. And you might want to do a yoga session of a night time. I'm finding I love the yoga sessions. It's like a yin session that I do, and I don't do the hard session because I just can't. I'm not a yoga person, but it's been really good for me to be able to do that, and I'm really, really enjoying that. The other thing I'm doing is walking. I walk with the dogs, so that's a good thing. I don't know whether anyone can see it. The orb, it's just fabulous. It's following us all around there. Big hello to whoever you are. Wonderful to see you up near the light there and on the calendar. Yeah, it must be your Nonna coming in, Ash. It must be your Nonna. Or it may be Jeff as well, because he literally dropped in on us, as Ashley said. And then that may be your Nonna in the background. So I'm really happy that they've jumped in, and yeah, really, really nice to see. So I hope everybody's made it home safely from your Australia Day long weekend. I'm not too sure where you all went. Pop in the comments below where you went, what you've been doing, where you've been up to. And then after that, we will, I'm sure somebody else will be inspired by what you're doing. Like Mile Lakes was great. There's a couple of my friends that were heading up there. Stuart, Michelle, I think they were up there. There was also Kerry and Wendy, and I think Michelle, and there's somebody else. there's a bunch of you. Oh, that's right, Graham and Rachael. Big shout out to you. I think Pete went up with his family, Chris and everybody else. It was fantastic to see them up at Lake Cat-Eye, and there's some beautiful photos that they shared. And just, yeah, I really enjoyed this weekend. And funnily enough, little possum came to visit me. The little possum was so cute. I mean, I don't know whether possums are cute to everybody, but it's kind of like the water dragons for me. I really enjoy seeing that he popped in this afternoon, Dexter, and we also had the baby a little bit earlier. And then when I say we, puppy dogs, Brucey and Topsy. Bruce is feeling a lot better too, thank you. I had to go to the vet and make sure that he was well, because we weren't too sure what was going on with him. His liver levels were elevated. And a little bit of a tonic from the vet certainly looked after that. So yeah, there you go. Still looking a bit rainy outside at the moment. I hope everybody's made it home safely. I really do. If you need any emergency services, we've got the 24-hour team on standby, so we're happy to help you in any way we possibly can. That's what it's all about. So we have electrical, plumbing on standby for you if you are affected in the storms. SES is another good resource as well. They'll tarp down your house if you lose your roof or tiles come off in the wind or tree goes through it, all those sorts of things. So they're very responsive. Thanks, Ash. Yeah, I know, Ashley. It's wild, isn't it? I love that you can see it as well. It's really active, and I think it's your Nonna definitely coming in to say hello, and there she is again. That's wonderful. That's really, really nice. Big hello to everybody that's there. Yeah, the universe is alive and well, and the universe does magical things. So with that being said, I think everybody have a long weekend. It's coming to an end, but we're looking forward to catching up with you all during the week. We've got a huge week ahead. We're also looking at bringing a whole stack of new properties on with the new purchase that we've got. And I don't know, it's just exciting times ahead. Like, there's a lot to look forward to in life. And as I say, you can focus on the good just as much as the not so good. So keep focusing on the good, people. Keep doing your calendars. Ours is filling up fast. We'll be going to the Philippines soon. We'll be going, what else have we got going on? I'm not too sure. Plenty of things. We might be going to Noiseworks and Ice House, so that's good. We're going to Mudgee. The team's got some lunches on. Mum and Dad, we've got some dinners. The family's got a few things happening. And just generally, the 75 hard's been a real focus of mine, so I've been really going 75 hard at that and looking forward to the end result, because it's been a long journey for me too. I think I started sort of late last year and then really focused on it this year. So on the 6th of January, I got serious about it and got right into it. So yeah. But that's really good. And Ash is glad Bruce is okay. So am I. I'm really happy that he is. And I hope everybody's safe in the storms. Take care of yourselves and each other. Love on each other, and make sure that those of you that are still with us, or those of you that aren't with us any longer, do pop into these lives, because we love seeing you in the form of an orb or in the form of anything on the live. So we love that Nonna has dropped in on our conversation, and we love that Jeff dropped literally the technology so that we could include him in the conversation. He certainly didn't want to miss out on that either. So I really appreciate each and every one of you. I couldn't thank everybody, but thank you for joining me today, and look forward to hearing about all your weeks. Pop in the comments what you're doing, what you've been up to, what wins you're having, because everybody definitely loves having those wins and what they're up to. And also for the year ahead, you might actually inspire somebody else to do what they need to do and what they've been wanting to do, but maybe just your comments helps them in that regard. So have a wonderful week ahead. Take care of yourself, and I look forward to catching up with you during the week on the next live. We're going to be running a series of a few different things, so we're looking forward to that. Thanks for dropping in, Renee. We're just about to drop off the live, but we really appreciate you. Hopefully you can watch it back and see all the things that we've spoken about tonight. All right, take care, everybody, and safe drive home on the long weekend, and I hope you have a great week ahead. Bye now.